Let us look at the second PowerPoint question in our practicals. In this exercise, we are supposed to create a presentation containing minimum of 5 slides. We are supposed to advertise a product, and the slides should be displayed automatically in a loop, and we are supposed to make use of transition and animation. Now it is easy to use a product that we are familiar with, and being a computer science student, we are all familiar with the computers. In particular, we are familiar with laptops. Now if you look at a laptop, like any other computer, the laptop will contain a processor, some amount of RAM, and a hard disk. Also, the laptop has a display. Generally, it is 14 or 15.6 inches. Some weight will be there, one battery will be there, and some connecting port like USB and the headphone jack and so on and so forth will be there. Now it is easy to remember them during the examination. So I'm going to select a product which is a laptop. To begin with, I'm going to go to the PowerPoint, and even though I have a presentation with me, I'm going to go to a file and I'm going to click on new presentation. Under new, I'm going to select a blank presentation, and the PowerPoint will immediately open a blank presentation with the title slides. Now in this title slide, we are supposed to write the details of a product. If you look at the question over here, the question explicitly says that you are supposed to advertise one product, that is a product. So stick on to only one product. And there must be minimum of 5 slides. So we will make it as 6 slides. Let's go ahead and let's add the title for it. I'm going to close the other PowerPoint presentation, which is not really required. I'll keep only one of them with me. Now this is the blank presentation over here, and I am supposed to put the title over here. I will copy paste the content in order to reduce the video timing. So I'm going to use a laptop. If you notice over here, the spelling is purposely made as wrong in order to avoid the copyright issues and all the other unwanted issues. So I have taken a product called as Leveno Ideal Pad, which may sound familiar to one other product. I don't want to end up in copyright issues, so I am using a slightly complicated or maybe slightly misplaced name over there. So I'm not here to advertise any of the company as such. So this is my title presentation, and this is a laptop. Now what will be there in the laptop? So we are going to just put them one after the other. So I'm going to go to the new slide over here, and I'm going to select the slide that contains two content. So I will always select two content slides. So I'm going to click on this one. Now as you know very well, if you take a mobile or a laptop, there will be some hardware specification. So my title would be the details regarding the hardware. So I'm going to just take the hardware details as my title, even though I'm supposed to type it, but I'm going to copy paste it. And what are the things which will be there in any laptop for that matter? So you know very well, because you have studied about computer architecture and details. So there will be a processor. I assume that it is the i3 processor. So you have i3, Intel i3, i5 and so on and so forth. You are familiar with them. The operating system is Windows 11, let me say. The display is 15 full HD. The memory is 8 GB RAM and the hard disk is 1 tera, which you can immediately remember during the examination. So these are all straightforward things. On the left hand side, I'm going to put a image over here. So to put an image, it is the very easiest option is to just click on the pictures here, or you can also select this. You see a border over here, you can see the border, and then go to the insert and then picture. So instead of going to the insert picture and inserting it, the easiest option is to just click here. It saves a lot of time. So click on this pictures. I have a few pictures of the laptop. These are copyright free images, so I'm going to insert them. If the image is smaller, you can go to the edge over here and drag it to the sides, and you can click on the middle and then get it over here. Now this may not be the laptop of the company, but it looks like a laptop. So we want one image and some details. So with this we have two slides with us. Let us create the third slide. Again, I'm going to go to the home and I'm going to click on the new slide. Now once you select the two-sided slides, if you click, you will get two-sided slide again. What is the next thing that we can do? Now we know very well there will be some ports in any of the laptop or the phone for that matter. What are the things that we generally get under the different ports? Now we know very well there will be some USB port. So there is one USB 2.0 version, two USB 3.2 version, and the HDMI port for connecting to the external devices, and then a headphone jack will be there. So USB port will be there, and the HDMI port, which you are familiar with that HDMI port nowadays. Every device has that thing, and a headphone. Again, on the left hand side, I'm going to insert one picture. If you don't have many pictures, insert the same picture, but I have a few additional pictures. I have kept all my pictures under one folder. During the examination, they may tell you, the examiner or your teacher will tell you where are the images which are required for the lab. So I'm going to select the laptop 2 as my image. Again, if you want to go to the edge over here and drag it out, come in the middle, drag it in the middle, and just keep it proper. So you have the third slide being created. You are supposed to go for the 5 slides. Let me go again to the home here and then click on new slide. Once the new slide is created, let me put the other details. What are the other details? Now you know very well the laptops will have some battery and they will weigh, so there will be some weight for the laptop. So I'm going to say battery and weight as the title, and I'm going to give the specification for the battery and the weight. So assume that I'm typing it. So battery will be generally 3 cell, which will give you up to 6 hours of backup, and laptops is generally 1.4 kg to 1.7 kg weight will be there. Again, on the left hand side, let's put one image. I'm going to go and click on this picture here. If you notice, this is the picture, so you can click on that and then select the picture. I will select one picture. If you don't have many pictures, select only one picture. So I have one other picture with me. So that finishes the 4th slide. Let me go to the home again. I will click on the home tab and I'm going to insert a new slide. Under new slide, I'm going to again put additional details. What are the additional details? Now when you buy a new product, there will be some warranty for that product. So I'm going to give the warranty as the title, and let me say there is a 2 years or 1 year, whatever you can take it. I'm taking it as 2 years on-site warranty for that particular product. And on the left hand side, as usual, I'm going to put a picture. So let me take the picture number 4 as my picture. Okay, if the size is larger, you can reduce the size, it's up to you, but don't waste too much of time in arranging the content and so on and so forth. Just put the image and just move on to the next slides. Let's click on the home again, and I'm going to click on new slides. So home and new slide again, and under this new slide I'm going to put the last slide. If you notice that I have already completed 5 slides, but one extra minimum they said is 5, so I'm going for one extra now. So the last one that you can think of is the price of the laptop. Suppose you are selling this laptop, what will be the price of this particular laptop? Let me say that this is 57 MRP of this product is 57,990 rupees. You can put anything. So on the left hand side, just click on this image and put one image. Okay, so that will complete 6 slides, which is one higher than the minimum that is required. So they said we are supposed to create a minimum of 5 slides, so we have created a minimum plus one extra. Then they said that we must make use of transition and animations. Let's try to put some animation. I will go to the first slide over here, and you see over here, when you click on inside, not this one, when you click inside, you see a cursor there, okay, blinking cursor. So don't click here, just click here and see to it that there is no cursor there. So if you click inside, the cursor will be there. Again, click on the border, go to the border of anywhere in the border, the dashed border you see there, click here. Now to put the animation, let's put the animation first and the transition at the end. So to put the animation, you have a tab here called animation. You can see one tab with the name animation. Click on animation, and here you will notice all the animation, different types of animations which will be available to you. If you click on this down arrow over here, you will see many more animations which are available. Okay, you can select from the list which are there, but during the examination, don't waste your energy in trying to select some animation. Just select one animation and apply it. I'm going to apply zoom animation, so that's applied. Next, I'm going to click on the laptop here again, so laptop here, and I'm going to select the fade animation. Okay, you select any animation, but don't waste unnecessarily, don't waste time in selecting the animation. Also see to it that the animations are selected in the same order. Don't start the animation this one first and this one next. You can change the order, but during the examination don't try to do that thing. First you go for the title and then for the next one. You can see the number over here. This is the first one, this is the second one. Suppose if you have made a mistake, then you will find a option over here called as animation pane. So in this animation, if you click on the animation pane, you will see the animation pane over here. Okay, suppose if you, instead of this the top one is coming as 2 and the bottom one is coming as first, that means this will be the first animation, the second one will be the next animation. In that case, you can change the order. I'm going to just show you how you can change the order. Now the title, which is Levino idle pad, will be the first one, and the second will be the laptop, that is this one. Now if you want to change the order in the animation pane, if you notice over here in the animation pane, you select the one and you can make it down. Now when you make it down, the title will be 2 and the laptop will be 1, but I don't want this thing to happen, so I'm going to use the up arrow to make it title 1 and animation next. This is the order in which the animation will work. First this will appear and the next the laptop will appear. Okay, now I will remove this animation pane. You can remove them by clicking the X mark here, or again clicking on the animation pane. Both of them will remove them. So this is the first one. Let's go to the next slide over here, hardware details. The order is you select this one first, this next, this next. So you go in this order. Okay, so first animation for the title. So select the title, go to the animation. So you get animation here, and the tab animation you select. I'm going to select the animation as fade here, and then click on this one. You notice this has to be selected. You notice a border over there, and I'm going to say fly in this animation. You select 3 different animation, that's all. Okay, I'm going to click on this. Okay, you see the border over here, this is selected, and I'm going to say float in. Okay, animation is done. Let's go to the next slide. The same story, I'm going to do it. So first one is this, second one is this, third one is this. If you made a mistake, you can always go to the animation pane and then change the order, but in the examination do not make changes. So see to it that you follow the same routine, which will save your time, and you can utilize the remaining time for the other practical exercises. So I will start with the title. I will say fade. I'm going to click on the image, and I'm going to say fly in. I'm going to click on the next one, that is the text over here, and I'm going to say float in. Let me go to the next slide. So I'm clicking on the next slide here. You notice the slide here, next slide. First is the title. I'm going to click on the title. See to it that you don't have the blinking cursor. You just click on the border. Fade is the first choice. I'm going to select the image, and I'm going to say fly in. I'm going to click on the next thing. See to it that you don't have the blinking cursor. You can see that blinking cursor. Just click on the border, anywhere in the border, this dashed border, click here and then say float. Let me go to the next slide. Same option. First I'm going to click on this one. Again, animation is your tab. Fade is the first choice. Let's go to the image. Fly in, and the text I will select it as float in. Last slide. Select the title. Fade is your choice. Second image, fly in is your choice, and the third one is floating is your choice. So you have done all of them. Okay, let's go to the slide, first slide over here, and we are supposed to create the transition. So let's create a transition. To create a transition, you have a choice here. Near to the animation you get the transition. So you see this transition. Okay, so there are many transitions which are available from one slide to the other slide, how the things will appear. Again, if you click on this down arrow, you will see many options. Okay, during the examination it is advisable not to do the discovery during the examination. Select one of them and apply it. I'm going to use the curtains as my option. So I'll select curtains as my option. If it is not there, select one, just click on just one of them, that's it. Okay, click on curtains, and this is how it's going to appear, and you need to make some changes. What are the changes? First changes over here under the transition, you have to select here. So you remove this check mark. See to it that there is no check marks here. For mouse click there is no check box, so there is no check mark here, so it must be blank. Remember that thing. If this is not there, then the animation will not work. Next one, you click on after. So you see the check mark here for the after. So you can see there the check mark is there for the after, and increase this arrow. Use this up arrow 1 2. That's enough for your examination, because if you make longer time, it will take higher time for it to transit between one slide and the other slide. Even the examiners don't prefer that thing. You just keep it to after 2, and then very important thing, apply to all. This is very much required. Apply this setting for all of them. So it is applied, same setting is applied to all the slides. This is not the end of it. Finally, we will go to the next tab over here after animation, and that is slide show. So we were there in the animation, went to transition. Now we are back to the slide show here, and you need to set up the slide show. You need to use this option, set up slide show, to set the slideshow. So click on the setup slideshow. You will get a dialog box like this. In this dialog box, just select this one. See to it that you have a check mark. It's by default it will be here. See to it that you have this browsed by kiosk, that is full screen. Okay, so this option is selected. So see to it that this option is selected. Okay, then click OK. Don't forget to click OK. Click OK. That's it. You have done with your 5 slides. Click on the first option from the beginning, slideshow from the beginning. You can press F5 also. I'm going to just show you how it's going to appear. So I'm going to just click on this one. So this will be your first slide with the title content. So the animation will appear. It will take you to the next slide automatically, and the next slide details will come one after the other. Okay, so during the examination, don't waste your time in putting too many transitions and too many animations. Nobody likes it, and you will lose your time during the examination. You notice that the slide appears with the animation. Within 2 seconds it just goes to the next slide. Why 2 seconds? Because examiners are not interested in wasting their time in looking at the animation. They have better things to do. So it goes very fast. They are also happy with the transition, and they see that there is an animation, there is a transition, and after the last slide again it will come back to the first slide. So it will begin with the first slide. So this is a continuous process until you press escape key on your keyboard. You see ESC key on your keyboard. You press that thing and it is done. So always remember, when you have your examination, you are given 3 hours. Out of this 3 hours, spend 30 minutes maximum for PowerPoint. So 30 minutes you spend it for PowerPoint. You need nearly 1 hour for Excel. Okay. Also you need nearly 1 hour for Word or Access. Okay. You need 10 minutes to show this thing, that is your results, to your examiner. So what is left over after this is with this you have crossed 2 hours 40 minutes. Okay, if everything goes fine, you will come out of the examination hall within 2 hours 40 minutes. If something goes wrong, generally the things will go wrong with the Excel or Word or Access, you still have 20 more minutes with you to make the corrections. Okay. Examiners don't ask you to change the slide title or animation or transition. They are already fed up with these kind of things, so they don't ask anything. They are not excited by the jigs. Okay. They are only interested in whether you have completed what is asked in the question. So stick on to what is asked in the question, and do not waste too much of time in PowerPoint. Spend more time on the other 2 parts, that is the Excel and the Word or Access, and keep 20 minutes as a slack time. In case something goes wrong, you still have 20 minutes for corrections. So with that, all the best for your practical exercise, I will stop this video.